All right, so I think I come across the combination of topic that is going to turn out to be my life's work of research. That is the knowledge of the Gnostic body of work, kind of occultic, very occultic, as a matter of fact. It's been, let's just say, the Gnostic Christians from back in the first century, they didn't know, but them to catch a cold and die. They got hunted down and killed for this specific reason. They were considered heretic by the authorized version of the Roman Catholics and all that. So they literally kill off these people. All right. Now, coupling that information with um, the Anunnakis that patched in to the Old Testament, um, and then closing this out with the light order. And I believe that I open it up in the beginning, show you that you were light in the beginning before you were trapped in a physical body. Now, this somewhat hidden information is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. Now, let me first say I'm not going to apologize for any of this information. All right. I come from quite a few different backgrounds, which kind of give me some advantage here. But at the same time, my mother and my sisters are still Jehovah's Witness. This information might be offensive to them. Just know, say, appear, love, and respect. This information have to be said. What kind of person would I be knowing this information and not putting it out? Another set of people that may take offense to this information is the Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters out there. I love you. I was just there with you less than a decade ago. I was online doing Sabbath class with you. I appreciate what you're doing. But there's a lot more. You're more than you think. You're actually light. Another set of people that may take offense to this because if you associate your God with Yahweh and then you have a little guy like me, I come tell you, say, yo, I want that. I guinea gog that, brother. I know nothing that. You may take offense to this. And some part of the Rasta community, they do kind of think Yahweh is their God. Just understand. Not toughen up your face when me I tell you this, my brother. Just know see a beer love and respect. This is what the information is saying. All right. I couldn't diss you in any manner or in any way. As a matter of fact, if I did, I would be even more isolated than I am right now, which is a sign, Melchizedek, I. I am the light, my brother. You are the light. We just come to remind you. That's it. As a matter of fact, family, pass this video around to everyone that looks like me and you. You probably need to know this. They need to know this. All right, yield the more say. Gratitude for life. Melchizedek, I. All right, so this lecture is going to be broken down into three parts: a pre creation, demiurgic explanation of what happened between the creation of the spiritual universe and the creation of the physical universe. It's going to be part one. All that information is coming from the Gnostics. Part two of this, we're going to be getting into the Old Testament and finding out the two different gods in the Old Testament and where the world is in error. All right. Part three of this, we're going to go into the light order of Melchizedek. Let's do it. All right. So we're going to start in the Gnostic body of work. The ultimate supreme being that everyone is referring to as God is actually an unapproachable light. Okay, now this unapproachable light lives somewhere that the text call in the pleroma. The pleroma means the fullness. Okay, this unborn, unmanifested monad, if you go in with your Latin root words, monad meaning one, the one, like Jet Li. So he actually emanates into a figure. The first figure is called Barbello, the great mother father, the great spirit. Then he emanates down into a few different layers of divinity. I'm going to try to make this part kind of condensed. The last layer of divinity, I think the fourth level of emanation down, there is an aeon, a light being called Sophia. Now, Sophia wanted to create a being of her own totality. This goes against all the rules of creation, because how creation is done is the spark itself come from the monad. Then it gets formulated by Barbello. It get certain quality imbues into it by forethought, and all these aeon beings imbue this creation that's coming into creation with their divine qualities. So by the time Sophia finished and gives it the wisdom and everything, this is a fully divine being, have everything in it, the monad and all the other divinities. We all are. Okay. Now, this creation that Sophia is about to create is an anomaly, because everything has the monad in it. This one time, Sophia wanted to bring about creation from her own totality, meaning that the spark didn't come from the monad. Her consort did not give consent, Lilith or Dilith or whichever one her consort was. So this came from her entire totality. As her being a powerful light being, her imagination wasn't idle or careless. It actually started to form this being within her. The text says this being did not stay the full gestation period, cut a hole in Sophia's side and jumped out. The text says the being had the face of a lion and the body of a serpent. Anyhow, long story short, Sophia realized that she had committed a great sin, so she covered it up with a dark cloud that the other aeons in the pleroma wouldn't see it, only the monad. The monad see and knows everything. So she started doing her repentance, something that the text called the Sophianic correction. But anyhow, dude woke up, the demiurge woke up, and he looked. There's a dark cloud above him. He see no one above him, so he says, I am God, and there is no God above me. Rah! So he went about creating other aeons. Okay, so dude woke up, he saw no one above him. He says, I'm God, I'm God. Now, the text stated that he went ahead and created other archons. So right now we have the demiurge and we have the archons. The archons are the planetary bodies of this solar system. So while the text is clearly saying that the demiurge created the physical universe, there's just something in the bottom of my belly saying that maybe it's talking about our solar system. But I'm going to push that aside because that's my own opinion. And let's continue with what the text says. Anyhow, So he created some archons, and every day he walks around cock diesel. I am God, and there is no God above me. If there is a God above me, show your goddamn self. Anyhow, this day when he says, if there is a God above me, show yourself, he blasphemed. And Sophia from the eighth heavens, she put her finger down and shined an image down through the 87654 all the way down to earth, and the image hovered above the surface of the water. So that's why in Genesis 1 it says, and the Spirit of God moves above the surface of the water. All right. So now this image that Sophia pushed down from her being a light being, this image was projected, was the divine image of man, the primordial, pre-existed light being that resided in the pleroma. Anyhow, when the demiurge and the archon saw this light image came down, and Sophia says, Sakla, you are wrong. There is a God above you. All right. So Sophia shined her finger down, and the image flowed above the water. And she says, no, Sakla, you're wrong. There is a God above you, the primordial pre-existing man that lives in the pleroma, the light man. Pay attention. This is going to tie in. This has everything to do with who you are. Anyhow, a couple of things happen right about now. Right about now, his oldest son, Zabot, got the case of the ass. He was pissed off. While all the rest of his son continue bowing and kissing his feet and everything, Zabot had a problem. Zabot started to cuss him out. Yo, I thought you said, you was God, and there's no God above you. Ba 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 ba. Anyhow, Zabot, because he stood against his parents' wickedness, and Sophia saw that, Sophia elevated him to the seventh heaven. He is going to become known as El. Um, the other thing that happened now is the demiurge and all the archons said to themselves, let's let's make a trap. Let's form. They start designing some kind of construct in the spiritual realm to trap this light, because at this point this is now called the Adam of light, the one that shined down on the face of the waters. That's Adam of light. So they make some kind of construct. They trapped him in the physical realm first, and then they made a flesh suit for him after. So the Adam of light is there laying now in the physical realm. Um, he's not really moving or doing nothing. He's made by a weak, inferior divinity. Let's talk about names for a while. If he was a Jamaican, we would call him, hey boy, come here. The text says he's called Sakla because Sakla means child, come hither. Hey boy, come here. Child, come hither. All right, all right. I'm having too much fun with my job. All right. Another name he has, Samael. Another name he has, Sakla, the one-eyed God, the God of the blind. Anyhow, let's keep it moving. So now he created a trap for the Adam of light, and now a flesh suit for the Adam of light. The Adam of light is laying on the ground. He's like, he can't move because, he ain't properly animated. Sophia came along and tricked the demiurge with his shit for brains and says, hey, to make him come alive, this is what you need to do. You need to go and blow in his face. Remember, the demiurge had stole some of Sophia's light when he ripped out of her belly. So he does have some power. He's creating shit in the physical realm. So he went to the Adam of light and he goes, he got tricked because the little spirit, little light that was in him now got blown out into the Adam of light. the Adam of light was still there, like flopping around like a fish out of water, can't move, can't get up, can't do a whole lot. After this person that's not omniscient, because after he left, Sophia came and blow the rest of the light in the Adam and gave him something that's called an illumin epinoia. Remember in the beginning of the story, I told you that because she was a powerful being, her imagination wasn't idle. Whatever she imagined actually started manifesting, like this baby, this unborn fetus, it says it looked like in her belly. So now she put that same thing in the atom of light. The illumin epinoia equals out to our imagination, which is one of the things that's going to help us to get out of this trap. So now the atom of light rose up, and a couple of things is about to happen. They're about to find out that they're no longer seeing out of this eye that they used to see in. Because before they got trapped in the flesh, Eve, remember at one point in the book of Adam and Eve, when Razael kept coming down and Razael, pay attention, kept coming down and ministering to them. Every time the mom she thought themselves like, oh my God, this great being of light, ba 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 ba. This one time, Adam already fell asleep, and Eve says, Set, I remember when Adam and I walked about in one body as a body of light. And when we turn and behold, all the angels tremble at our presence because we had the image of the primordial pre existing one. All right. So, they're about to find out that they are superior to the demiurge that created them. The demiurge realized that the man that he just trapped and put in the body is by far more superior to him. A couple of things happened. First thing he did is he split the atom. And your Bible says he put Adam to sleep and he pulled a woman out of his ribs. No, they walked around as an androgynous being, the realm of light as an androgynous being, as powerful light beings. So your Bible, the Greek mythology, tell you Zeus separate the man and the woman. Your Bible says he put Adam to sleep and pulled the woman out of his side. He separated the soul. We were originally all twin soul. That's why women are born with two breasts. That's why when you leave your mother and your father, you go out and you're hunting for your twin flame, your husband or your wife. Anyhow, let's keep it moving. Another thing that happens right now is they are going to create an earthly Adam. So now the text specifically spoke about the spiritual light Adam that got trapped in the body. And now it's telling you that they're creating a earthly Adam. Okay? Right now in the story, we're transitioning now from demiurge to Anunnaki. Because from the demiurge trapped the light in the body, hundreds of millions of years has passed by. The gap theory that will give you a reference, that will give you context to what I'm talking about. So now he split the atom and he created a mock Adam, a fake Adam. We know that there are people on the earth right now with a spirit source in them, a light source. And there are people on this earth that we've been saying for hundreds of years, you ain't got no soul. Okay? All right. So at this point, we're transitioning to Anunnaki, Demiurge, and the Old Testament. Okay, so last thing I said on that last cut was a mock human, an atom of flesh. And the document clearly indicate that there's an atom of light versus an atom of flesh. I'm going to give you some context to this, and I'm very big on overkill on receipts. There's a girl on YouTube called Nania9. Go check her out. Real good stuff. She has a good breakdown of Genesis 1 and a good breakdown of Genesis 2 because she take her time and go into the translation. She helped me to understand about the Adam of light and the Adam of flesh. Even though the Gnostic has already said that, when she broke it down through the actual Bible, it helped me to understand that. Check her out. Respect. All right. So now we have this demiurge that's ruling, acting like he's God. And when I just found out about this, it was kind of crazy because it was like, dude, it's a freaking dragon. How is anybody worshiping this dragon? This gold hoarding, virgin loving, eating, virgin loving, um, firstborn loving, killing. How does anybody worship this thing? Is beyond me, but I have to be patient with everybody because I too was a very big worshiper. All right. So now, before we're at the Adam of light and the Adam of earth, let's see. Anything else? No, we're pretty much done with that. Go do some own research. What I just try to do real quick could not by any means, uncover all the documents that's in the Nag Hammadi library and the Gnostic scriptures. It cannot. I just try to give you a big gist to tell you who you are, how far you're coming from. You are light. This guy that's running around, the most famous God in the world. Everybody, I worship Yahweh. Well, let's check out some qualities of Yahweh. We're going to use some scriptural reference. In the first part of this, I I try to keep a straight face, a lot of stuff to remember. In the second part of this, I'm going to try to have some fun. This is all about Yahweh, the dragon, fire breathing killer god that loves to we like human sacrifice. And I like Susie Tight Crotch. Bring me all the virgins. All right, Sean, don't have too much fun yet. Exodus 22, 29, and 30. Thou shalt not delay to offer to me your first ripe, your first fruit, your first ripe fruit, and thy liquors, the firstborn of thy sons. Setting the stage. What are you talking about, bro? Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? Your God tells you that he wants the firstborn. He wants to kill all your firstborn. That's his thing. And I know in Jeremiah he's like, "Oh no, I didn't have nothing to do with that. I didn't ask you about that." And he always comes in and throws in another line. It didn't even cross my mind. We're going to check out some scriptures here.
Neither one of us is going to have any more to do with your killer God.
So 2 or 3 times when sacrifice come into play, either one or two things happen. Either dude is like the master of deception. When he ordered these sacrifice, he turns around and he speaks through someone else and be like, "Yo, I don't know who tell you to order these sacrifice. It didn't even cross my mind." A. Or B, maybe your father, your light father, is actually speaking at this point, saying, "I don't know who the heck told you all about this sacrifice. Didn't even cross my mind." These are two of the possibilities. But anyhow, let's go on to what our Lord says in Ezekiel 20, 25, and 26. So I gave them orders, gave them other statutes that was not good, laws through which they could not live. I defiled them through their gift, the sacrifice of every firstborn that will fill them with horror and knows that I am the dragon. When you see me, I come. I call down fire from the sky. I'm the dragon. I love the virgins. Give me all the goals. Yummy, yum, 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 yum.
Maybe. Neither one of us is going to have any more to do with your killer god.
Now let's talk about King Ahaz. This picha chit, according to what my Spanish brothers be saying. This picha chit. Now, we like to say that King Ahaz is a bad guy and is a bad king because he did some bad things. But the construct of this sentence speaks volume. It says, but King Ahab walked in the way of the king of Israel. Yea, he made his son pass through the fire according to the abomination of the heathen, which the Lord himself cast out from those who inherit the land before you got there. So, go into this. Okay, let me say this in another way. And Sean continued to smoke in weed like some of his ancestors before him. Guess what? Sean was smoking weed. And the text just says some of his ancestors before him was smoking weed too. Now let's read this again. And Ahaz continued to walk in the ways of the kings by killing his firstborn. This was a thing. This is the most popular God in the world. And now us light being, we got trapped and we think that we know that we are special somewhere. And we hear these demons talking about we are Yahweh's chosen and we want to compete for that. We are not Yahweh's chosen people. All right? Please understand that.
Neither one of us is going to have any more to do with your killer god.
Leave these people alone with them physical religion and them dragon god. You're a light beam from a higher realm, and we're going to talk about that. Let's continue to war with the beast and kick the dragon in the teeth. Leviticus 27, 28, and 29. Notwithstanding, no devoted thing that a man shall devote unto the Lord shall he have, both man and beast of the field of his possession.
The king under the mountain is dead. I took his throne. I ate his people like a wolf among sheep. I kill where I wish, when I wish. My armor is iron. No blade can pierce me.
No, 29. None devoted which shall be redeemed. None that which is completely devoted shall be redeemed, whether man or beast, but shall surely be put to death. This is what your God is offering. This is what the demiurge God is all about. And then he turn around and like either the real father is talking, but then either the dragon turn around and say, listen, I know who tell you about all them sacrifices. I didn't even cross my mind. All right? Now, my favorite one. Jephthah, whatever this piece of shit name is. So Jephthah is, and this is Judges 11, Judges 11:30 through 40. You're going to find everything I'm talking about here. This little piece of shit, Jephthah, he's going to war with the children of Ammon, and he wants to war and be victorious over them. So he says to his dragon god, if you give me victory over the son of Ammon, I will sacrifice the first thing that greets me when I come back. Okay. His dragon god says, I like. Just remember, when you go, get the gold and get the virgins. Young, I like virgins and I like gold. Anyhow, Jephthah went through and he swing, and chop, and he completely went through all the cities of Ammon. Got a problem. Mr. Jephthah is now going home. First one that ran out to meet him, his daughter came out. Oh, Daddy. Oh, where you been, Daddy? We miss you. Jephthah dropped his clothes, dropped his load, tear off his clothes. What have you done? You're going to cause the death of me. I made a vow. I made a vow to the dragon. Now I got to kill you. I got to kill you. I made a vow, and now I got to kill you. The text says she went off to celebrate her virgin, mourn her virginity. Chances are she went away and got her back broken in real bad because daddy gonna kill me anyhow. Let's see if this is an isolated incident or this guy really like virgins. Anyhow, the king of Moab was in a battle against, at this point, I guess, Esau and Jacob. I don't want to worship none of these people gods. Are you out of your mind? And I'm going to tell you, say Yahweh is from Esau in a little bit. I'm going to prove it to you. But let's take our time, huh? So, at this point, Esau and the Edomite and Israelites, they're buddies, Ben Chambati. So now they're fighting against the king of the Moab. And the king of the Moab tried to break through to Edom, but he was cut off. The text says he realized that he was trapped. Moab on Edom on one side, Israel on one side. Oh, whatever shall I do? The text says he grabbed his oldest son, the crown prince, who was destined to rule after him, and sacrifice him right there on top of the wall. Off with the head, I said. 2 Kings 3:26 and 27. But that's not it. That's a pagan king. I mean, they all do this kind of stuff, huh? Then the text says, and the anger of the Lord was against Israel hard, which caused Moab to escape. So you're telling me if I'm going through something hard and, my back's against the wall, I could do a human sacrifice and my dragon god's going to be like, yeah. Is that what all the rock stars are doing? I don't know. Let's take another look here. That may be an isolated incident. That may be. Let's check it out. Now, what I know about my father is my father dwells in the unapproachable light. I am the light. But then again, 1 Kings 8:12, Solomon, this Bati boy, we collect 666 shekels, we call down fire from the sky. He says his Lord says that he would dwell in the dark clouds. That is not my father. My father is the unapproachable light, not in the dark clouds. But check me out. I may be going crazy here. 1 Kings 8:12. All right. So, let's talk about the description of Yahweh. And it tells you in Psalms 18, it describes his long snout. And fire went out from his mouth because he has been angered. And he dwells in the dark clouds. And he dwells also in dark places like caves. He likes human sacrifice. He likes to hoard gold. And lots of virgins. I can't get enough of them. Ooh, yeah. What did he say? Now, here is something that I can't understand. Here is something I just can't think, man. I don't even remember the song. Anyhow, what's going on here with 2 Samuel 24:1 and 1 Chronicles 21:1? At one point, it's saying that the Lord Yahweh incited David to take a census, which made God real angry and had to kill off like 70-something people, an average day at the office. But then again, in 1 Chronicles 21:1, it says Satan told him that. So which one is it? Is it Yahweh or is it Satan, or maybe Yahweh is Satan? This is getting scary. This is getting scary. This is getting scary. My favorite one of them all. Boys and girls, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? All right.
I am fire. I am death. Who are you that would stand against me? Now that is a pity. What will you do now, Bowman? You are forsaken. No help will come. Is that your child? You cannot save him from the fire. He will burn. Tell me, wretch, how now shall you challenge me? You have nothing left but your death.
So we got a little situation here that we need to address in Numbers 31. Does anybody know what the hell is going on in Numbers 31? I don't know what's going on in Numbers 31. But anyhow, these people, I think they went to go fight with some poor unfortunate bastard. They got their ass handed to them. They got devoted. They got devoted to Yahweh. They got devoted to the band, and they got devoted to utter destruction. Lest a couple of things. We're going to save a couple of things from them, okay? We're going to save all the gold that they have, and we're going to save all the virgin. We have to test them and see which one of them is virgins. Anyhow, we're at Numbers 31, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on around here. So they came back with all the spoils. They done killed off a bunch of people. They devoted them to their God, Yahweh, Satan, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him. Now it's time to split up the spoils. The dragon says, you know what? I want 460 pounds of gold. Y'all could have the rest. And I see y'all got a lot of young girls out there. Rawr, rawr. I'm going to take 32 of them young virgins. Y'all could have the rest. So me and my far self now, I'm going to go to the edge of the cave. I'm going to say, yo, Yahweh, brethren, what are you going to do with them girls there? Give me one or two of them virgin then, man. I mean, 1, 2, if you want to be generous, just turn me in a Muslim and give me 4 of them. 4 of them. Who think about worshiping you or something, you know me? I say, light a candle or an incense or something for the eye. Him say, I'm going to eat them. You're a freak. You going to eat them? Eat them? You're going to eat them. Needless to say, Susie Tight Crotch and her 31 grippy friends from Titusville was never seen or heard from again. We're still trying to figure out what happened to Susie Tightcrotch and her 31 friends that Yahweh took.
I know the smell and taste of dwarf. No one better. It is the gold. They are drawn to treasure like flies to dead flesh. Did you think I did not know this day would come? That a pack of canting gods would come crawling back to the mountain? The king under the mountain is dead. I took his throne. I ate his people like a wolf among sheep. I kill where I wish, when I wish. My armor is iron. No blade can pierce me.
Stuart's not going anywhere. He's gonna stay with me when I have my baby. Neither one of us is gonna have any more to do with your killer god.
The devil's.
Anyhow, Numbers 21. What are we talking about here? Oh, yeah. I told you the guy had a body of a serpent and the head of a lion, dragon. So now, when these poor children, they were hungry and they asked for food, he sent them serpent. One of the things that the Christ pointed out in the New Testament, but we're way off. We're not going to get there yet. Okay? So he made them worship an image of him on a cross, a serpent on a cross. Check me out. Numbers 21. In fact, the document says that was not just an isolated incident that went on until the days of Hezekiah, when he broke this. The serpent symbol was called a Nehushtan, Nehustan, was called a Nehushtan. So up until that point, they were worshiping the image of Yahweh, a serpent on a cross. This one of my guy, no brother. I forgot to vote for somebody else, you know. Where the little dragon you come from? I'm going to find out right now. So earlier I told you that Yahweh is not our God. So where this batty boy come from? I don't know. Go to your Bible. Habakkuk 3:3. For the Lord comes from Teman. The Holy One comes from Mount Paran. Where is Teman? What is Teman? And why, when I come across that, would I say, fucking piece of shit? This ain't my guy. Yo, may I record something right now? Let me call you back. May I record something? I'm recording something. Habakkuk 3:3. All right? The Lord thy God comes from Teman. So now who the hell is this piece of shit Teman? And why should I worship a God that comes from his place? Now, understand this. Sean born a town, but Sean not really claim town because I grew up above there. So if you're going to say, the Lord thy God cometh from the same town where Sean cometh from, let's start looking to this. Who the hell is this Sean in the first place when me I go and worship him because some God come from Fiend, blood clot town? All right, the Lord thy God cometh from Teman. So now me I go find out who is Teman. Genesis 36. And the name Teman is referred to the son of Eliphaz. Esau's oldest son. Oh, if I respect these, me no want to worship them people, ya God. When I idiot. My parents are Jehovah's Witness. My mother, my sisters, I love y'all. I can't diss you. The Hebrew Israelite black community, which I was a part of, I used to meet with them and study on the Sabbath over the line. The government even have me on some list because of that. I love these brothers. I can't diss them. But you guys are off. Another community that may take offense to this is the Rasta community with this Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh bullshit. Me can't diss nobody in the Rasta community. Check me out a couple decades ago. Me lock past my body gone down, and if me go so, my beard reach my knees. Me have to wrap it around my neck when me a piss and drink soup and all these things. So the love when me have for the item, me can't find words to explain. So me can't this none of them groups that I just mentioned. But you have to open your eyes because there's a lot more. All right? That's who he is. Why should I care about this piece of shit? Habakkuk 3:3. All right, let's get past this. Now, Solomon stated his God dwell in the darkness, but I'm the light. I am from the light, the pre-existent primordial one. Before I, there was none, and after I, there was no other, because I'm one with the light. All right? Let's continue. We have a lot more fun to go to. All right, let's get another fun section here. Fire from the sky, oh, we got fire from the sky. Tell the dragon come now, we got fire from the sky. I just wrote a new song. What do you think? We could put that one on wax and release that? You think that one will play? Fire from the sky, oh, we got fire from the sky. Yo, target hot up in here. No. For real though. I think so. We can put that on a nice reggae beat. Fire from the sky, we got fire from the sky. My God is a dragon, he bring fire from the sky. No? All right, okay. Let's go back to work, I'm sorry. All right, Revelation 13 and 14. And he performed great sign, making fire come down from the heavens in the sight of everyone, and he deceived the inhabitants of the earth. And when the fire come from the sky, everybody visit them shots, and them drop on them face and say, yo, you are the done. I'm gonna worship you because you made fire from the sky. Yeah, you made fire from the sky. All right, let's not have too much fun with it. Let's jump on. So if your Bible tells you that the dragon is going to call down fire from the sky, is there anywhere in the Bible that the guy came through town like, "Urgh," and just melt down everything? No? Let's check it out. Fire, puff the magic dragon, live by the sea. All right, Job 1:16. And while he was still speaking, a messenger came in and says, the fire of God came from heaven and burnt up the sheep and the servant, and I am the only one that escaped. If I tell you what, go on right here now. Fire from the sky, cause he made fire from the sky. All right, let's see what's going on. Maybe that's an isolated incident, I don't know.
Neither one of us is going to have any more to do with your killer god.
Genesis 49. Genesis 19:24. I'm not going to even go into that because everybody know what happened when the dragon called on fire from the sky in a Sodom and Gomorrah. We learned about that in a Sunday school. We said, well, the all did that to bam bam. I'm not here to dispute that. I believe that was a war between Enki and Enlil. Sodom and Gomorrah failed over Enki property. So it was a war going on, which Egypt got some fire from the sky. But anyhow, as we move on, yeah, Next one. And David built himself an altar. And then he called on the Lord. 2 Samuel 21, 2 Samuel 22, David built an altar and he called on the Lord. And you know what happened? It rained. Some flies start going. Fire from the sky. He made fire from the sky. Fire from the sky. Batty boy, I mean, I know them things there. All right, who else made fire? Solomon, 2 Chronicles 7, 1 and 12. And Solomon finished praying, and when he was done praying, he's like, yeah, great dragon, yo, you are going me in front of some people now. More, you make me look holy. I swear after you make some fire come down from the sky, me give you some gold and 32 virgin. Woo! Fire from the sky, made fire from the sky. All right, who else is making fire from the sky here? This boy, Elijah. Everybody with that name ending in IAH is now a suspect to I and I. We'll get to that in a little bit. Elisha, hey, my God is a bigger dragon than your God. I'll make my dragon God beat up your dragon God. Oh, yeah, my dragon God is bigger. Oh, yeah? Could you make your dragon God bring fire from the sky? Hi, my name is Elijah. Fire from the sky, he made fire from the sky. Yo, is that what we're doing now? Is that the new thing now? We're all worshiping dragons? Is that what we're doing? Let's just talk about this here. Is that what we're doing? No, real talk. Is this what all the cool kids are doing now? Maybe I need to get like a epaulet or a little dragon brooch or a dragon tie. Maybe I need to get a dragon on my hat or go in a religion that has a dragon title. Dragon from the sky. All right, so what's going on? This event of fire from the sky, is this going to present itself again for us to judge if this is from our Father of light, which, by the way, he can't kill anybody. He doesn't have the ability to kill anybody. He can't kill. My Father can't kill. He can't make people sick. That's the governance of someone else. The beast, he has the ability to bring life and bring death. He tells you that. He'll make you strong and he'll make you sick. He tells you that. Will this fire from the sky event present itself again for us to determine if it's from this fire from the sky is a good thing or the fire from the sky is a bad thing? All right, let's check it out. We're now in Luke 9:52 to 56. So now we're starting to slide a little bit into the order of light. Yahshua, the Nazarene. Oh my God, this guy was the greatest Gnostic warrior in the entire Bible. Anyhow, the Nazarene, the light warrior, is in Samaria with his disciples, and they're going through and they're letting people know what's up. Samaria not too feeling them. It's like, yo, I don't want to hear that shit. James and John and some of the rest of them and say, yo, master, you want we call down fire upon them, boy, and melt them down like Elijah. I want to them. Them know them I deal with. But the light warrior says, I rebuke you. You know not of what spirit you come. We're not in that. That the man that come to kill, steal, and destroy. I is the Son of Man, the pre-existing primordial one. I am your servant. I come here to serve you. I have to kill none of you. All right? So the event did present itself for us to distinguish if this fire from the sky was the greatest thing since sliced bread or some bullshit. All right? All right. My favorite part of the Fire from the Sky epic. And of course, I left this part for last. I can't help it. So now I'll tell you about the war between Enki and Enlil. Enlil is this red dragon. And apparently, Enki also was some dragon or serpent which set in line two different occult school on the earth: the order of the red serpent, the order of the white serpent. I don't want to digress too much, but Enki, his son Ningajita, which is known in the Western world as Kukulkan, Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, a dragon them I talk about, brother. But anyhow, come we talk about the greatest dragon story of them all. Enlil and Enki fight. The first one, Enlil mash up Sodom and Gomorrah. Now Enlil turn Egypt. I'm gonna show Enki and all of his people who's the real man around here. Check me out. Exodus 9, verse 23. And Moses stretched out his hand to the heaven. Aaron was probably up on a hill with a loudspeaker saying, "Yo, dragon, dragon, you ready?" When Moses stretched out his hand, just let go the blood clot fire, my brother. You ready?
I know the smell and taste of dwarf. No one better. It is the gold. They are drawn to treasure like flies to dead flesh. Did you think I did not know this day would come? That a pack of canting gods would come crawling back to the mountain? The king under the mountain is dead. I took his throne. I ate his people like a wolf among sheep. I kill where I wish, when I wish. My armor is iron. No blade can pierce me.
Stuart's not going anywhere. He's gonna stay with me when I have my baby. Neither one of us is gonna have any more to do with your killer god.
The devils.
I adapted that one. So anyhow, Moses stretched out him hand. Fire from the sky, hey, he made fire from the sky. When blood clot Pharaoh, when fire lick Pharaoh underneath him, king of Pharaoh look around and say everybody mash up. You say, Moses, you say a fucker in a star. I play with a play, you never have to call in your dragon god, brother. Just take your things and go on, man. No. Actually, what he says is exactly what the Bible said. He said, Moses. Me and my people are wicked, you fuck. And you and your God righteous. When that demonic fire come from the sky, brother, everybody fold up like a lawn chair, my brother. And who never did want to worship him before, my brother. Fire from the sky. Anyhow, let's move on.
My teeth are swords. My claws are spears. My wings are a hurricane. I laid low your warriors of old. I instilled terror in the hearts of men. I am king under the mountain. I am fire. I am death. Who are you that would stand against me? Now that is a pity. What will you do now, Bowman? You are forsaken. No help will come. Is that your child? You cannot save him from the fire. He will burn. Tell me, wretch, how now shall you challenge me? You have nothing left but your death.
As we move on, where we know? Okay. Hosea 13:4-8 is saying some stuff. It says, I shall be unto them like a lion, a leopard, and a bear. So Yahweh is telling you that he's going to be the lion, the leopard, and the bear. Of what freaking significance is that, one may ask? I don't know. Let's check it out. Revelation 13:2, the beast. And the beast I saw resembled a leopard. But it had the feet of those like a bear, and a mouth like a lion. The dragon gave him his power. Are we connecting the dots here? What are we doing nowadays, anyhow? What are all the cool kids doing? What are we doing this time? Everybody's worshiping the dragon? Now, don't be prejudiced against me because I like dragons and you don't like dragons. How are people worshiping this shit? Is that what we're doing now? Anyhow, this brings us to the end of Yahweh, the Demiurge, dragon, virgin loving, killer god, human sacrifice requiring due. Now let's talk about the Melchizedek order of light.
I laid low your warriors of old. I instilled terror in the hearts of men. I am king under the mountain.
Stuart's not going anywhere. He's gonna stay with me when I have my baby. Neither one of us is gonna have any more to do with your killer god.
The devils.
Really? Well, go on around here. So what I do after work? Want to go chill and go worship the dragon or something? I don't know. Is that what all the cool kids are doing nowadays? And be like, Mama, everybody else is worshiping the dragon. I want to go worship the dragon too. All right, enough of that. I done got in the ring, war with the beast for a little bit. Now let's get to the other part of this, which is extremely serious. I won't be having that much fun, I promise you. gonna keep a straight face. So now, I got no notes on this. I'm the light. You are the light. The greatest spiritual warrior in the book was the guy that I talked the most shit about in my younger days growing up when I was stuck in this Yahwehism. The greatest spiritual warrior in the book is the Christ. Whether you know him through the Gnostic body of work, which is a different character, that brother, you're tough, or you know him through the Bible, this brother is no joke. This brother did what everybody else could not do. He war with the beast. And he came in and tell you that that's not my father. That's not my daddy. I come from somebody else. I come from the primordial, pre-existing light. I am the light. And he was throwing crazy shades, talking shit about Yahweh left and right every chance he had. Well, you heard Moses say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That's some dragon bullshit. Okay? Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Don't listen. He's throwing shades again. He says, which one of you parents would see your children starving and begging for food and send serpents amongst them? He's throwing shades. He's letting you know, Yahweh ain't my dude. I'm not voting for this dude. He says, which one of you fathers would hear your children crying for water and give them a rock? He's talking shit about Yahweh. This ain't my guy. And there was so many other things where Yahweh was like, yeah, I'm going to be hiding in the darkness and in the dark cave. No, I am the light. He's telling you, I am the light. He's telling you about something that's in you. The primordial, pre-existing light that was trapped by the demiurge. No, the Melchizedek order of light is all about knowing yourself as the light. It may start artificial as first, because you will read through all these documents and say, okay, so I am the light, and you'll walk around and you'll probably say it for a decade or two before it hits you. I am the light. Matthew 5 verse 14. For ye are the light of the world, a city seated upon a hill cannot be hidden, but must shine for the whole world to see. Cause here what? Man no light can go and put on the bed unless he want to burn up himself. But you put it on top of a barrel, you put it on top of a chester jar on the dresser, right? Because it lights the room up. I am the light. You are the light. I am the light. For if your two eyes become one, remember I was telling you in the book of Adam and Eve, how Eve says, how Adam says in the Apocryphon, he says, we no longer see as we used to out of one eye, and we now saw differently, and we only ate dead things. And from that point, we knew that we were under the authority of death, and we worshiped the demiurge in fear and trembling. You are the light. I wake you up, wake up now. You see, in opposed to the Gnostic scripture, where it's like a guru out there giving you a list of things that you need to do to follow me. You really want to be the Christ? You have to do so and so and so to follow me. Very different than the New Testament Jesus. It's like, this is a guy you just worship and just... But even then, if you know how to look for it, do that fling crazy fire upon the demiurge. No, stop fling fire upon the demiurge. You see me? Now, I should have had more documents on this, but I'm just going to go off the dome because I feel like opening up the conversation within yourself is the greatest accomplishment for you to have. A lot of us probably never even heard of a word demiurge before. Hopefully I'll remember to put a lot of receipts in the description for you guys. Now, you don't have to do all this stuff no more. You don't. This is people who was attacking this stuff at the break of the century. Everything you see here is online, audiobook. As a matter of fact, if I want to sharpen up my thing right now, I put on an audiobook on the TV while I'm working, just to sharpen up my knowledge. But anyhow, I am the light. Peters. And continue on this spiritual journey that you're on until the day star is in your heart. I am the light. The beginning of the book of the Revelation, the Christ himself tells you, I am the root of David, the bright and morning star. I am the light. My daddy's the unapproachable light. At the end of the book of Revelation, there are certain parts where it says, and for he who conquers, I will give him this, and for he who conquers, I will give him that, and for he who conquers, I will give him that. Like 7 different times it mentions, for he who conquers, I'm going to do that for him and didn't do this for him. One of them says, and for he who conquers, I will give him the bright and morning star. I am the light. You have light codons in your DNA. The more you expose yourself to this ancient knowledge, the more this light codon kicked off. My light codon kicked off from me in a Sunday school, and me here, Matthew 5 verse 14. For ye are the light of the world, a city seated upon a hill, cannot be hidden, but must shine for the whole world to see. Before I wrap this up, let me continue on this light topic for a little bit more. This is something that I'm going to have to continue to put out information on until I completely develop for some of us, and including myself, what it means to be in the light order of Melchizedek. Yes, the Christ is a priest, the high priest, but then it tells you that the Christ is a priest in the order of Melchizedek. One more thing on this light thing before I go. Another apocryphal book, Gnostic book, the Book of Philip. And it's telling you about something that happens when you die. And so the spirit is leaving the body, and the spirit, the light itself, it's like a magnet, steel and magnet. As soon as it's out of the body, it starts to rush back to go home. No, 2 archons, they say 3 archons usually rush down on the spirit. Grab him by one hand, grab him by the other hand, the other one in front of him, talking to him like a 1980s reggae song. And say, hey boy, who you are, where you come from, where you going? Yeah, so may I call some name where you may not be familiar with. The archons. The archons is a Greek terminology for rulers. So the rulers, them 3 rulers, them rush down upon the spirit where I leave the body, and I try make it way back home. Rush down upon him and hold him up and say, hey boy, who you are, where you come from, and where you going? And you were associated with that because that's how the question sounds like, who are you? And if you talk about, well, me name Billy Joe Bob. You're a flesh. You belong to me. Just grab you and take you away. Right? But then it'll tell the children of light what to say. And it says, who are you? I am the light. Where you going? I must return to the light from whence I came. And the archon where I asked you a question probably draw back him head now and say, oh, that boy, I go on like him know some things. He might ask you the next one, oh, you say you're from the light, huh? And what is the sign of your father? And then you're supposed to respond, the sign of my father is movement and rest, movement and repose, rest and movement. And when I heard that, I'm thinking about the act of playing music. Because when you put down your finger on the keyboard, that's not music, that's playing. When you take off your hands, that's nothing, that's resting. But the act of doing both of them, for some reason I just knew were associated with that. But anyhow, let's continue on the light before I try to shine as much light on the light order of Melchizedek. Melchizedek I. You go into the Dead Sea Scrolls, there are a chapter in it where the war of the children of light versus the children of darkness. Now, you might see my head ball off and everything, but hear this from me. The Melchizedek order of light is a Nazarene order. I know that as order. When Joseph went to Egypt, he picked up a lot more. He got separated. He was the separated one. He was the Nazarene. And after a while, the entire people got named after him, Ephraim. Yes, their name Israel, but they were referred to as Ephraim as well. It's all about you knowing the primordial, pre-existent one in you. One more thing I got to touch on before I let this whole thing go. Now, El appears to be some kind, in your Bible, there are two gods, your Old Testament. There is El and there is Yahweh. They mentioned a whole bunch of other ones, but the ones that's vying are El and Yahweh. I don't think I'm supposed to be serving any El. And this is my reason for saying so. El is also an archon. He's the head archon. And the reason why he was elevated up, because he was righteous. And when him start cuss out him demiurge father and say, I thought you was telling me about a you name God. I know you name God. So for that, he was elevated up to the seventh heaven, and that's why Saturn has such a grandiose body. As a matter of fact, the age of Saturn, the golden age of Saturn, you should read about that, the age of Ra, the age of Cronus. This was like the golden age on Earth. So, but with all that being said, I am the light. We're not supposed to worship nothing. I feel that there is certain respect should be given to El, because even Sophia herself elevated him and gave him a position. But I'm still the light, the pre-existing primordial one. The one that was before the demiurge.